Welcome to SveNFL. I'm a fucking idiot. My bad. I had your mic muted.
I'm like, what's that?
I'm an idiot. Let's do it over. Welcome to SveNFL.
What's up, y'all?
It's Jonathan Rollins.
Schif Misara.
And we're two Americans living in Sweden, crying about football. What the fuck? What the fuck? All right, we'll get through it. I mean, it's not just about us, huh? We are here to talk about the NFL as a whole. We're not here to just talk about our teams. So what if our teams? Well, I wouldn't say your team. So what if our teams let us down for 1 week, huh? So what if our team let us down my team let me down 3 weeks in a row? So what? You know what I'm saying? We are here to talk about football. A fun week 3 of football. I'm kind of glad that I got my scab picked at. So that by Sunday I can enjoy a good week of football, and I had no horse in the race, so I was able to enjoy some crazy football. I guess I did have some horses in the race, so to speak, since we made some bets. Champ filled in for you and took your place to help me lose money. And
how did that go? Because I missed it. I didn't hear.
We almost hit the Monday night parlay, but silly us. We bet on the Ravens to win, so that's the only part of the parlay that we didn't hit.
Wow,
I believe I could double check it, but we had picked Amon-Ra to get 7 catches, and it was everything looked really good except for the Ravens to win. And I was like, why didn't we just bet the over? As you do, as you're watching it, instead of they're gonna put points up. Why don't you just bet the over? But hindsight's 20/20, and we are blind. But yeah, it was a fun week of football, man. Besides Thursday night, should we just get it out the way, man?
Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Let's
rip the fucking Band-Aid off. The Dolphins did what they do, which is find a way to torture me. So I'm thinking we're gonna come out here and just get bullied all across the field like we did by the Colts. You know what I mean? It's just we're just gonna get our ass whooped the whole night. But no. Buffalo came in looking like a pedestrian average team, and Miami just had every chance to win the game and then decided to lose it at the end because they were like, hey, man, there's probably a guy across the Atlantic that loves us so much that he wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning to watch us, even though we're 0-2 and playing and underdogs in this big game. But you know what? We'll give him some hope and then rip his fucking heart out at the end of the game. And that's basically what happened. Tua went injury tour. He went old school to injury tour. Fuck it, I don't care about my health, and started running around the field and stuff, and just giving me hope that they really that he's fighting to win the game. And then Josh Allen went full Josh Allen, 22 for 28. They're super efficient. It didn't even look like this. The final stat line looks good, but it looked like he and Tua were playing the same game, underneath, throw it down. Everybody, both defenses were trying to keep it in front. And then in the end, they just executed better. And Tua throws the interception at the end. It wasn't as bad. I mean, I came out of there looking like, oh, okay, they're still fighting. They're still trying to win. When it just sucks to be 0-3. So,
obviously, it's a little encouraging. It wasn't the bloodbath that we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But obviously, that doesn't make Dolphins fans feel much better.
Yeah.
A lot has been said about the Dolphins. The disconnect between the way people thought about the Dolphins' ability to stop the run before the season started and what it looks like once the season started. Most people predicted that the Dolphins' secondary would be a little vulnerable, but that they have the dudes up front to kind of stop the run, and that has not really worked out according to plan at all.
No, and everybody's worried about the secondary. Yeah, it's been weird. It's been a weird way of losing, where like the defense, like it was another game. I haven't seen it in a season. I've watched this game since I was a kid, and I don't know if I've seen. And I've been a Dolphins fan since I was like 14. I think is when I made the switch from the Bears to the Dolphins, and I've never seen in a full season 2 roughing the punters. I've been watching this game my whole life. And I've never seen, like, once it happens, you're like, oh, they've stopped trying to block kicks. No. And then, like, the whole season we've been complaining, like, you know what? Zach Sealer has not been great. We thought he was going to be great. The combination of him and Christian Wilkins would look like the best DT combo in the league a couple years ago. Wilkins leaves. He's messing with injuries or whatever, so it's like, okay. But Sealer looked great it looked like, okay, we could have gone without Wilkins. He was getting all the glory, but Sealer was the workhorse that was doing it all, and he looked like a Pro Bowl player last year. And then this season, we're like, damn, he's not doing anything to affect the games like he was last season. Maybe he'll get into his groove. Week 3, the way he affects the game is running into the punter. And another thing is we've been – oh, shit. Let me take a deep breath. Everybody's been shitting on Mike McDaniel, right?
Yeah.
Mike McDaniel came into this game. This motherfucker was in his bag. He was in his bag where he was shutting – this was the game to shut down the critics. He did – on the third down – and we'll talk later about coaching because I got a coach that I want to shower with the sperm. But he had a third down play where they do a hook, basically a version of a hook and lateral to set up an easier fourth down. And then they converted the fourth down. That's coaching for a coach. And then they only had 2 instances where they were up against the play clock, which is pretty average in the league. So, like, they were doing everything well. Offensively, he was calling the game well. We didn't have these like little silly blunders like normal where they're wasting a timeout or like, Tua's clapping for the ball, letting everybody know when the snap is going to come. That didn't happen much at all. It only happened like twice in the game. I'm watching for that type of stuff because, I'm a tape head. And they just throw away a great Mike McDaniel performance after he's getting shit on. They could have like pulled him out and they were winning in the the game was tied in the fourth quarter. They lose by 10, but the game's tied in the fourth quarter. And then, there's that pick. And then they score. And then you think, okay. No, they score. And then we're like, okay, we're going to get, and then throws a pick. And then they kick a field goal and win by 10. It's like, fuck. Didn't even get by 12, which would have helped our bet. It's just like everything. Yeah. So, yeah, my team's frustrating. But they did enough to give me hope for the rest of the season. The rest of the season shows us, like, we got 2 winnable games coming up against the Jets and the Panthers. I don't know. Panthers look like a fucking juggernaut. But then we play Chargers, and then it's Browns, and then the big showdown, the doo-doo showdown on October 26th between your team and my team.
That's going to be – I have no idea what to think about that game at this point.
Well, I mean, we got a few weeks. But up until then, like, I feel like we could – if the Dolphins play like they did against the Bills, they beat the Jets and the Panthers. Then they're 2-3. Chargers probably beat the shit out of us. 2-4, Browns 3-4, and then we play the Falcons. Are we back to 500 already? 8 games into the season.
The only thing I can predict for the Dolphins Falcons game is that there will be alcohol involved.
Yo, is that a Hard Rock day?
I don't know.
You know what? It's in that window of America time going back before ours.
Oh, is it really?
That game is at 6:00.
Oh, cool.
So we actually have a chance where we can maybe go to Hard Rock and watch it and get some wings. How much money did we waste last year? We spent all that money at Hard Rock. We can do it. We can do it if you want.
We'll see.
October 26th, man. I'm not even.
That.
Yeah, October 26th. It's a 6:00 game. So that's it for that game. I actually left with more hope. Josh Allen is just. That's another thing. We made like the MVP, man. He looked. Despite the stat line, I mean the stat line, it's efficient or whatever, but they were doing things well. They got a big sack to like get the ball back and all that stuff, and they held him down a bit. And it's just like you wasted a good performance just to be like a losing team, man. And Tyreek got him a touchdown, though.
Speaking of hope, we should move on to the next game because nothing says hope like a 13-10 victory.
Yo, I should have. You know what I should have done? I should have gotten when we're right about stuff. When we call stuff,
yeah.
I should like go get the sound bites because what was my bold prediction? I don't know if you remember my bold prediction. My bold prediction was the Browns defense will no longer. I still have it up right here. The Browns defense will no longer be under the radar with their dominance when they stifle the Packers in another dominant showing. And I also added, but in another loss. But I was wrong.
Well, it nearly turned into This game turned into a rock fight. With a shitload of penalties. I mean, there were almost like if you add up the total score, 13, obviously 23 total points scored. They almost matched it. And if you add up the penalties, 14-8 were the penalties in this game.
Jeez.
Packers had 14 penalties and the Browns had 8. The Browns defense, I mean, they were like a heat-seeking buzzsaw.
Man, we don't give this man. I've been screaming in front of rafters how many years now? 3 years? Jim Schwartz, man. Yeah. He takes whatever lemons they give him. I mean, he's still got the one of the best defensive players in the league, in Myles Garrett, but he built around that. And every year, he puts out a good defensive product, man. Shout out to him, man. He didn't do it as a head coach when he coached Detroit, but he really was he head coach over there or defensive coordinator? I think he was head coach of Detroit or whatever.
Yeah,
give him his flowers, man.
This all more or less became possible. The victory, anyway, at the very end, due to what became a bit of a theme for the week, which was blocked field goals.
Yes.
I mean, we'll get to it later, but there's a number of like pivotal moments in special teams this week that flipped some games on their heads, and this was one of them. The defense did their job and showed that there's a way to. I don't know if the thing is like I do believe that the Packers are a good football team. I also think that they have some flaws on their offense that can be exposed. Cleveland obviously showed that in this game. The problem is I don't know if there's a lot of other teams that have the kind of personnel that Cleveland has on defense to be able to, to sort of slow them down.
Yeah.
But they were everywhere. I mean, they were everywhere all at once at every moment of the game. They were just like not having it. This game was basically 3-0 until what was it? Was it the third quarter or the fourth quarter? I don't know, but it was like
we bet the under on that, so you know. I knew two of the best defenses in the league. I wanted to push the bar all the way down, and we still could have hit down to like 24 or whatever. But we knew that was one thing that we got right when we were with our bets.
Oh, it was 10-0 for a long time.
Yeah,
and then did he throw a pick six?
Was it a pick six?
No. He threw a pick. He threw a pick, and then.
But that was he threw a long, deep, like almost a punt.
Yeah, exactly. So kudos to the Browns for basically saying, like, look, we understand that everyone is picking the Green Bay Packers to go to the Super Bowl, but we don't fucking care. We're going to punch you in the mouth every time you come to Cleveland, and we're just going to keep punching you until we feel like you're dead.
You play to win the game.
Well, somebody should tell that to the Tennessee Titans head coach, Brian Callahan. Because, and we'll get to it in a second, but he made probably one of the most embarrassing coaching blunders I've seen in quite some time.
Okay.
So the good news is for everyone, the Colts finally punted the ball for the first time in week 3.
Man.
Which is crazy. But that did very little to stop what is probably the least talked about banana cream pie in the face of Anthony Richardson. Like, what does it say about you as a first round pick to get benched only to watch Daniel Jones step in and make this offense look functional on a level that I don't think anyone predicted going into this season?
No.
I don't even know how, like, I'm still really confused about, are the Colts good or not?
Yeah.
Right? Because
I'm not confused.
Because they haven't played. I mean, okay, well, first of all, Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in the league for 3 weeks, period.
Yes.
So, this is a dude who won the rushing title a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And people started to get it twisted after, he got an injury and then people start thinking like, oh, maybe
we are soulmates, bro. I was thinking the same thing.
This motherfucker is back, bro. He's, 102 yards on 17 touches and 3 touchdowns. And nobody, you just couldn't tackle this dude. Yeah. He looks so
fresh,
good.
Man. He looks fresh again.
And Daniel Jones looks like Joe Burrow in the pocket all of a sudden.
He's got a good pocket, man.
He's got a good pocket, but it's not just about his good pocket. He's making like these really small,
coaching,
meaningful little move where he'll take one step to the right or he'll step up into the pocket and he'll do that thing that Caleb Williams never does, which is step up in the pocket. And he just keeps his eyes downfield and he stays calm, cool, and collected. And he does his fucking job. It's kind of crazy. Like
coaching, man.
Yeah.
That's all it has to be, man. They just found this guy, and then they got him to the top of his game. They did it in one year with the Giants. That year when Dayball's first year, when he looked like Josh Allen light, and it hasn't been back.
So speaking of coaching, let's get to this Callahan moment. And we're inching our way towards the half, right? It's 17-6. Titans have the ball on their own 40-something. Instead of trying to put together like a proper drive, right, they run 6 straight run plays. And they get it into like long, like 57-yard field goal range, if you want to call it that. But it's 4th and 1. So the Colts call a timeout because it kind of looks like the Titans are going to go for it, right? They've still got the time. It looks like they've got their offense on the field. Looks like they're going to go for it. The Titans come back out of the timeout with their offense, but Cam Ward looks over at the sidelines, all confused, like a play, like he's waiting for the play call. What's the play, right?
Oh yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
And so out of a timeout, everything gets all fucked up, and then the Titans are forced to call a timeout.
Yeah.
So you've got back-to-back timeouts. The Titans bring the field goal unit out onto the field after the timeout, and they still get a delay of game.
Yes.
So the 57-yard field goal attempt now turns into a 62-yard attempt, and guess what? It gets blocked. And then 2 plays later, Danny Dimes gets the Colts into field goal range. He kicks a field goal. They put 3 more points on the board. Bro, Titans head coach Brian Callahan, this dude is way over his head.
Yeah, his seat got hotter. It's a field goal. Like, it's a field goal.
He's way over his head. Last week, he didn't know he failed to challenge that catch because he didn't understand that having your calf inbounds. He was like, he had 1 foot and 1 calf, so that means that's not 2 feet. He didn't understand the rule. This guy has no idea what he's doing. I'm starting to think, I know I've said this about other coaches already, but I'm based on the evidence that I've seen through 3 weeks, I don't have any reason to believe this guy looks like the first coach who might get fired, like in season.
You know what? That sucks, man, because I think of who is it? There's Justin Herbert, and how much it stunts that first contract year or that first contract period that the team can be at its best. When you got to know before if you know you're picking a new quarterback, you got to make sure you got the right coach. And coming into the offseason, they should have known if that he was the right guy. Because now our guy from is gonna like possibly have to have a new coach and then start over and a new philosophy and then shift the roster.
I think the problem for the Titans was really is an organizational problem, and it's also partly due to timing. So it was only his second year as the coach. Also, the Titans have made some really bad decisions in the last 5 years, like very quick to fire people, and just made themselves look incompetent from the front office. And I think they probably went into the year thinking like, okay, let's calm everything down. Let's give this guy a chance. Let's not be too reactionary. But now things are starting to unravel in a way where I don't think they're going to have much choice. And I think they're going to revert back. Cam. I think they're going to revert back to their old ways and just start just burn the whole thing down.
That sucks. I hate when that happens to a team. That's why I'm really hoping that it doesn't happen to my team, but it might happen to my team too. So I sympathize with the Titans fans. But I mean, one thing we didn't mention is over the weekend, I do have some things to be happy about since my team is number 2 in the country right now. So
that's true.
So
that's good.
I'm really happy about the University of Miami.
My Bulldogs had the week off, which was kind of nice.
Yeah. Got to see my boys give it to Florida.
You know who else looked like they took the week off was the Cincinnati Bengals.
Ooh.
Lord have mercy.
Man, no. Did we talk about young quarterbacks against Brian Flores' defense?
Yeah.
This what somebody sent me a screenshot. I think it was my brother-in-law. Somebody said like they had the Vikings defense and they had 40-something points like halfway through the game.
Yeah.
On fantasy.
Oh, yeah. I honestly was leaning Bengals in this game.
I know. You picked it and flip them, pick them.
Well, mostly because they've been here before. If you remember 2 seasons ago, Browning had to play some pretty meaningful games due to a Joe Burrow injury, and he looked really good. So it was like, okay, well, they have the most experienced backup, a guy who's come in and played real football games. But over the last 2 games, this dude has thrown, at least 5 picks?
Yeah.
He's fumbling the ball. The run game that's supposed to be so good is basically non-existent. You had guys dropping the ball all over the place. How many didn't they have did they have 5 fumbles?
They had a bunch of fumbles, but they were peanut punching everything, man.
Yeah. P. Ryan had a fumble. Noah Fant had a fumble. I'm pretty sure Jamar Chase had a fumble. I mean, this game got so out of hand that, first of all, the Vikings are playing Carson Wentz already, right?
Shout out to him, man. I don't know why I root for that guy, man.
This game got so bad that we got to meet the Vikings' 3rd-string quarterback, Max Brosmer. I'm like, what?
I love this guy. He's got an 80s action hero name. Max Brosmer.
Max Brosmer. Max Brosmer. The Bengals couldn't do anything right. They fumbled the ball like hell. They gave up 116 yards to Jordan Mason on the ground.
Is that a hot coach seat?
I don't think the Bengals are going to fire. I don't think they'll fire Zach Taylor during the season.
Yeah.
I think they're more likely to wait until the season is over.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's on my hot seat list for sure.
Yeah, he's been on mine for 3 years. Talk about, wasting Joe Burrow last year, his season last year. That was enough for me.
It's crazy. I think I'm personally of the opinion. When you suffer an injury this significant this early in the season, they have to be making phone calls. They have got to do something, because the good news is that they started the season 2-0.
Yeah,
it's not like they're sitting here 0-3 and Joe Burrow's not going to play till Christmas. It's like you have a chance to save your season. You got to do something.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of teams that did something, we got the Steelers and the Patriots. They did something. They played a football game. The Patriots also had some turnover issues. 5 total turnovers, I think, allowed in an otherwise mediocre performance by the Steelers.
Yeah.
Rodgers Rodgers
I didn't have
continues
much to
to
say about this. It was just like,
Rodgers continues to look like that dude. Like he's kind of he has these moments where he looks as old as he is,
every other drive.
but he also has these moments where he looks like vintage. Right, that back shoulder.
I was gonna
fade
say, oh my God.
was like gorgeous.
He turned around, like when he turned his shoulder, the ball just hit him right there.
Zip.
Insane. Like that's his best throw. You know how I talk about Trevor Lawrence's honeypot throw? That's Rodgers' version of that. Because Trevor Lawrence, I think, throws the best honeypot throw, and Rodgers throws the best back shoulder. Tom Brady had a really good back shoulder one too.
Yeah.
But when they do it right, it just seems unfair. What is the defender gonna do, man? I think Ben Roethlisberger had a good one too, man.
Yeah, for sure. Rough game for Ramondre Stevenson coming into the year with this, this bad narrative of his inability to hold on to the ball. I think he fumbled the ball twice.
Yeah. He's like, I'll show you. He fumbled at the end zone. He fumbled the ball into the end zone when I was in the middle of saying, how the fuck are the Patriots going to win this game? Like, don't do this to me. And then he fumbles it, and I was like, no. And shout out to Bash. He sat with me watching Red Zone for some of it, man. My son's trying to get it. Allie too. She got her Dolphin shirt. She trying to get into it.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say about this game.
Nah.
I mean, we
can move on. Yeah.
These are two teams that I don't care about, because the next game was like, this is why the NFL is so great. Rams Eagles.
Yes, what a game.
I had such like crazy mixed feelings about this game.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I'm just sort of tired of the Eagles are a weird football team. I can't figure them out.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of annoy me that they, I don't know.
I got a hot take, bro. I got a hot take.
A lot of things that annoy me about them, and I was full disclosure, I was definitely rooting for the Rams to win. Game.
I like the Rams. I really like Sean McVay. I like how he does things. I like the fact that I've mentioned it before, how he's built a team in two different ways, proving that he might be the best coach in the NFL. He's obviously a top 5 coach in the league, but like I love the way he does things, and he's like a combination of cerebral and players coach at the same time, and leader of men. Like we don't see coaches like that, so I really like them, and also like the cool jerseys. You know what I'm saying? It's like you just kind of root for the Rams.
I'm glad you brought up the coaching thing, because I think that's what it is. I think that's what kind of annoys me. Like when I look at these two teams, I really respect Sean McVay. While at the same time, I think Nick Sirianni is kind of a fake. I think he's a fake head coach. I could buy into that. I could buy that. Hold on, do I add that to the list of takes? Yeah. Yes. That's a long-term take there, buddy. The fact that Nick Sirianni is like one of the winningest coaches in however many years he's been coaching in the league. You should see that. I heard it once before, the list of people that are near him as far as like win percentage. Yeah. There's just something fake about it. I don't buy this guy at all. He has the best GM in the league, which 100%. Means he has the best roster in the 100%. League every year. Yeah. And it doesn't feel after watching that Cowboys thing too, Barry Switzer is a Super Bowl winning head coach. Sure. But with a team that was built by Jimmy Johnson. By Jimmy Johnson. So now, I can see it, man. I like this. I added it to the list. Is it milk? Is it wine? We'll find out. And part of it is connected to like why the Eagles actually won this game, because they had no business winning this game. No. You're down 26-7, no offense to speak of. Yeah. What was it at the half? It was 220 total yards. Yeah. That the Rams had. The Eagles at the half had 6 total yards, and yet somehow the Eagles find a way to get off the mat and start throwing haymakers, because they're like, okay, you know what? Maybe we should stop being this boring team and throw it to AJ Brown and start throwing it. The fact that they were able to do that is great for them, and I'm really happy for Eagles fans. But at the same time, it's like, what the fuck is this coaching staff doing? You're like, you definitely should have lost this game. Yeah. And I'll, I want to save my sort of larger take that involves obviously the reason why they won this game for later, because I'm sort of tipping my superlative. But honestly, yes, I'm more than a little happy that this defense has that dog in it, because that is a couple of back-to-back Georgia Bulldog national champions basically won this game for the Eagles.
Oof. Okay.
And that's that's on Howie Roseman. Fuck Nick Sirianni. This guy doesn't have I don't think he has a fucking clue what's going on.
I do want to say that we thought we were watching the Super Bowl in February. We weren't watching the Super Bowl. We might have been watching. I mean, we were watching Super Bowl. We might have also been watching a torch passing. I feel like the Eagles could be just that Chiefs type of team that just wins in different ways.
I swear to God, it's like you and I. You know how when girls hang out and their periods start to sink, like you literally just predicted my my.
You did mine. You'll see mine later. We did. We're stepping all over. We're soulmates, man.
Let's do it.
One thing we agree on is that Baker Mayfield's the best quarterback in the NFL. That's one of my takes. Best player. I'm sorry, player in the NFL. This dude's amazing.
Can I tell you something crazy?
What was that?
I just this morning was reading an article that was essentially arguing that Baker Mayfield, through 3 weeks, should be considered
MVP,
a top candidate for league MVP. He's only the second quarterback in NFL history to lead game-winning drives in his 3 first games of the season.
Dude's like, I had no doubt. I had no doubt he was going to win.
None whatsoever.
The way he got me, I was standing up in my living room ready to block. I was like, am I going in? Like, the dude has me wanting to go block for him. He's great, man.
And
Shout out to Ken.
This was another game that had like a really exciting block field goal, right? The Jets block a field goal, scoop it up, take it to the house.
Yeah.
And even though, like, because I'm watching it in the moment and I'm thinking I've already seen that, which we'll get to later, that my Falcons just didn't show up at all. Yeah. So I'm kind of hoping the Bucs are going to lose this game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the Jets block that kick. Dude runs it back to the house, and I'm up off my couch like, fuck yes, bro, let's go. And then I look down and I see, shit, there's a minute 20-something on the clock. Never mind. This game's over. I literally was like, it never crossed my mind that Baker Mayfield was not going to win this football game. Not once.
Same. And it's almost like, how many quarterbacks can you say that about? You see Tom Brady get the ball late, you're like, oh shit. You see Patrick Mahomes get the ball late, oh shit. Baker Mayfield get the ball late. Oh, Josh Allen, he's another one. Get the ball late, oh shit. Baker Mayfield. You don't even say that about Lamar Jackson.
No. The only, depending on how you look at it, discouraging for me, it was encouraging. You know, the Bucs were up 23-6 in this game, and they allowed the Jets to kind of creep back into it. Obviously, they handled their business in the end, but you know, you want to. You want to not let that happen.
You know what they need to look into? They need to ask themselves, if Justin Fields was healthy and was our quarterback, do we get blown out today? Is it close? I know Tyrod Taylor threw a pick 6, right? But I'm pretty sure he threw a pick 6. Yeah, he threw a pick 6 in the second quarter. But besides that, I mean, it looked like a functional offense, and I don't think it looks like that with Justin Fields. I know the first game he looked better than anybody expected, but the bar is so low for him that I just can't see it. And they need to do. Every team should do. My team included. Every team should do some real soul searching to see if the quarterback's the right guy, because the Bucs are a prime example. Like, dig deep and see if you got the right guy, and you'll win the games you could possibly lose.
Right.
Everything was set up for them to get upset, and then he gets the ball at the end and leads them to get that game-winning field goal.
Speaking of having the right guy, are we going to talk about Marcus Mariota?
Are we? Are we going to talk about him? I should have had this queued up. I didn't realize it was next. Oh, man. He's going to be in my superlatives anyway.
Yeah. Mariota.
Our guy. It took me long enough.
First of all, I want to apologize for saying that the Raiders were going to be a fun team to watch this year.
Man.
Because I can't imagine that the Raiders fans are having any fun right now.
No.
Nothing's really... I mean,
look at Gino. When I look at the stat line, it looks better than the score. Gino's stat line.
Yeah, but those are like garbage time.
I know.
Busted coverage.
Yeah.
I mean, Trey Tucker has 8 catches for 145 yards and 3 touchdowns. At least one of them was like a college touchdown where he's open by like 20 yards.
Yeah.
The real concern is, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but sometimes people who know the least about football seem to just like get shit right sometimes.
You talk about on another thing on our milk. You talk about the one thing on our milk or wine takes list that's by Saga. Ashton Gentry is gonna suck.
I mean, you kind of have to start really considering if that's.
We thought we had Marshawn Lynch, man. We thought this was gonna be Pete Carroll's reincarnation of Marshawn Lynch.
I mean, you have to kind of go back and think about it a little bit, because it's like you got a guy who just absolutely crushes the college football scene playing for Boise State, but he's playing against, in a conference that is the worst conference as far as the top conferences are concerned. So it's like,
would Howie Roseman draft him? Would Howie Roseman draft? You have to ask yourself that when you're in the war room.
Sure.
And then Howie Roseman would not, because he didn't go to big school.
Probably not. And also it's another one of those things where, and this is not even you can call it a Georgia homer take, but the University of Georgia is known for decades as being, the U is wide receiver university.
Yeah.
We're running back university.
Yeah.
If Georgia didn't even bother to try to get this guy to come play for them, then how good is he? You know what I mean?
Point, yeah.
Right, because we're out here gobbling. It's between us and Alabama. We're out here gobbling up running backs.
Yeah.
And if this guy's not good enough to be a dog,
at least see if he was recruited. Yeah, good point.
Then how good is he? That being said, Zamir White is also on this team, and he hasn't done shit in the NFL either, and he's a former Bulldog. But whatever. I mean, look, the Commanders' defense played their asses off in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know what that says about the Raiders' offensive line, but and Mariota stepped in and just played like a competent quarterback.
What the backup's supposed to do, man.
He wasn't like a world beater, but he didn't really have to be, and he did his job.
Yeah.
I also have more to say about him later.
All right, here it is, man.
Okay.
I'll give the floor to you, man.
All right, let's start by saying that the Panthers embarrassed the Atlanta Falcons with a score of 30-0. Now,
run through a motherfucker face.
Exactly.
Then you don't have to worry about them no more.
No more. Here's the thing about this. I don't even mind losing to an 0-2 team in week 3, right? It's a division game. The Panthers are playing like a cornered animal. You don't want to start 0-3. But damn, Falcons, you got to at least step up and fucking pinch a bitch. You know what I mean?
We couldn't do diddly poo offensively. We couldn't make a first down. We couldn't run the ball.
And
I'm totally embarrassed and totally ashamed.
That's how it's all that.
And I don't even really have any comments specific to the actual game. Actually, I'm going to tell you what pissed me off more is actually what I personally went through to show up and even have eyes on this game. Okay. So over the weekend, I was filming in Poland, this feature film. I'm playing this American record producer, not important, filming in Poland. I literally muscled the production company when they did my travel arrangements to make sure that I got on a 3 p.m. flight, right? Because we were going to shoot up until like 12 o'clock and they were worried if we go late, on the scene, like, oh, that's tight. And I was like, I don't care. I'm on that 3 p.m. flight regardless.
True fan.
You either have to change your schedule or I'm not coming.
Oof.
And they said, okay, fine. We'll start earlier. So the whole production starts early for me so that I can get on a 3 p.m. flight. As soon as the scene is finished, I'm literally like ripping my costume clothes off, putting my real clothes on, rush to the airport. I got this goofy flight where I'm going from Warsaw to Copenhagen to Stockholm, and I've got a 40-minute layover in Copenhagen. So, of course...
We talked then, right? That's when we talked.
I was texting you.
Yeah.
So, of course, my flight is 20 minutes late taking off from Warsaw, right? Yeah. I land in Copenhagen. I've got 20 minutes to get to my next flight.
That's a big-ass airport.
And I realize as I'm sprinting towards my gate, this gate is all the way on the other side of the fucking airport, bro.
Yes.
All the way.
God.
All the fucking way. But I made it. I fucking made it with 5 minutes to spare. I'm like running like fucking OJ and the Hertz commercial, like fucking jumping over shit, knocking people over. But I fucking made it. I get onto the plane. I'm huffing, I'm puffing. And then I see this dude sitting in the row next to mine wearing a Falcons cap. And I'm like, bro, rise up, baby. And he looks up at me like I am literally insane. And I realize the look in his eyes, and I'm like, "Oh shit,
you're just wearing that shit.
You're not a real Falcons fan." And he goes, "Oh no, sorry."
You are sorry. You should have ripped it off of him. Fuck you, man.
And the funny thing is that I didn't think about it until later. But what I should have said is, no, don't be sorry, my friend. Consider yourself fortunate.
Yeah.
Because I busted my ass to get home just in time to watch my Falcons completely shit their pants for 4 quarters of football. And that's
what pisses me off.
I fucking showed up. Yeah. I put in, talk about putting in the effort to get home to watch the Falcons, and these motherfuckers don't even show up and put a single goddamn point on the board.
I'm sorry, I'm done.
At least if they had gotten into it and fought and I would have been fine.
Yeah, that's all you want. It's a division rivalry. You want, that's a damn shame.
They're 0-2. You know, they got pride too. They want to put one up there and blah blah blah. No, we didn't even fucking show up.
Damn. Sorry, bro.
I'm fucking. What's the Tyra Banks drop? The fucking. That's the one.
Yo, you really calling
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
I had it locked and loaded, man. You're in my shit. You're in my head, bro.
That is exactly how I felt. I was like, you motherfuckers.
Man, I can't believe that we're synced, man. Our periods are completely synced. Okay. Speaking of a team that let us all down and surprising us right now, the Texans are 0-3 now. They lost to the Jaguars. They had so many chances to win the game, but they did not. Trevor Lawrence tried his best. Trevor Lawrence did his best Trevor Lawrence impression, and then they still won. I'm not believing in that dude, despite he was 50%. 222 yards.
20 for 40.
Yeah. It's like, he's not that dude, man. They really selling him to it. I'm not buying it, even though they got the victory and they're 2-1 now and they're above the Texans who just look lost, man. I don't know, man. They should have won. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with the Texans, but yeah, it was kind of a weird game. When Nico Collins got that touchdown, I was like, okay, all right. And then, yeah.
I mean, well, first of all, I think the narrative on Trevor Lawrence, I would say, I agree with you. They've been trying to shove him down our throats for years. I'm based on what I'm hearing, that's changing.
Okay.
Everyone is starting to be like, okay, maybe it's time.
Yeah.
I think we all can give ourselves permission to start saying okay, we got this wrong. What's wrong with this dude?
You know what? I think the media might have been waiting to see which one pulled out of it, him or Justin Herbert. So they've been pushing both, and now Justin Herbert seems to have been the guy,
That's a very good point.
The TV archetype of quarterback that everybody wants, because they don't want to. You don't want to go in on Brock Purdy. You don't want to go in on Baker Mayfield. Josh Allen doesn't have the look. He's a little more blue collar than they want. The quarterback they want has to be kind of pretty, kind of like Hollywood. And the guys at the top, they aren't really. Patrick Mahomes talks like Kermit the Frog. You know what I'm saying? And Lamar Jackson looks like a nigga from Miami. You know what I'm saying? It's like he looks like what he is. You know what I'm saying? Josh Allen has the personality part, but he doesn't have that look, and he's more blue collar, and he's just he's a trash talker. You know what I mean? He's not that guy that they want. They want a Trevor Lawrence, a Disney hero looking dude. Like Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, and they had to wait, and now it looks like Herbert's that dude. So now they can cast off this guy. That's my little hot take right there.
That's a very, very good point. I think, well, first of all, I think it's time to sound the alarm bells for the Texans. I mean, you start. Yeah, exactly. Because what is it? What's the stat? No team since they expanded the playoffs who's gone 0-3 to start the season has ever made the playoffs, ever.
They only expanded it like 2 seasons ago, though.
2020.
Oh, 5 seasons. I mean, didn't the Bengals do it right before that? Didn't the Bengals start, or was it 1-2?
No, it wasn't 0-3.
Because Burrow was hurt, and then he came back. I think that's the only way a team could do it, because like you are what you are. You know what I mean? So if you're 0-3, you're probably not a good team unless there was some reason like injury or something like that, and then somebody comes back and that's a different team or a trade. But I think if you're 0-3, you're probably not that good of a team.
The Texans' problem is really, really obvious because the defense,
offensive line,
the defense plays great. The offensive line is terrible.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud doesn't really have. He's not, you'd think he's a running quarterback, but he's not really. He's not that kind of guy.
Right.
He's really more of a pocket passer. Probably the best game he ever played in his entire life was when he played for Ohio State in the game. It was the game to go to the college football.
Semifinal. Yeah.
When he played in the semifinal against Georgia, and he finally started using his legs, and had they not missed that what should have been a game-winning field goal, then we wouldn't have won that second national championship. But their problem is their offensive line. They can't protect him. They can't run the ball. As much as I hate to say it, my man, former Bulldog Nick Chubb, is not the answer for an injured Joe Mixon. It's not. So they too are in a situation where they need. It's early enough for them to do something before the trade deadline. If they're not out there looking for another running back, I think they're.
It might be offensive line is the issue, and they can't. I don't know if you can fix that in the.
That's true.
In the trade, via trade, this number is wild right now. 16.67. 16.67. That's the average amount of points they've given up all season, and they're 0-3.
Wow!
I just did the math. They lost 14-9 to the Rams. They lost 20-19 to the Bucks, and they lost 17-10. They're giving up 17 points a game, bro.
Wow!
Which does give you hope if you're them.
Sure.
That defense keeps holding teams to 17 points a game. They could win games. But then you'll start getting injuries and shit like that, and then the defenses will start giving up more points, most likely, especially if they're on the field all the time. But come on, man. You can't ask for more. They got to be looking at the other side of the locker room like, what the fuck? I didn't notice it until right now. I just did that math. I'm like, holy shit.
That's crazy. That blows my mind. The problem is, though, regarding hope, you start the season 0-3.
Yeah.
The Panthers are what? The Jaguars are 1-2, 2-1.
Jaguars 2-1, yeah.
And the
Colts are 3-0.
And the Colts aren't just 3-0. Aren't they? They're 3-0 in the division. All their wins have been division games.
No, they beat the Dolphins.
Who is it that's... Oh, you know what? Sorry, I got it mixed up. I'm thinking about the Chargers.
The Chargers, yeah.
Are 3-0.
That's what,
So, but regardless, this is... I think the Texans are cooked.
I hate to say it, man. They fucked our bet. I hate to say it because it looks like the Colts. I really think the Colts are legit, but you do have a good point. The Colts haven't. They once they run up against some good teams or something.
Don't they play the Rams next week? The Colts.
That'll tell us a lot.
We're gonna learn who they are for real next week, for sure.
Yeah, we'll know if they are who we thought they were.
But they are who we thought they were.
Speaking of teams that appear to be for real, the Chargers, as I said, 3-0 in the division. They win this game 23 to 20. I mean, Herbert just looks fucking money.
Hey there, Trevor. Take a look at this, man. 28 for 47, 300 yards, one touchdown. Yeah, take a look at that, man. That's a the handsome guy gets the nod on that.
And talk about an underrated, like right before the season acquisition of Keenan Allen. Everyone's like, oh, whatever, Keenan Allen. Dude's got
First
3
down
touchdowns
machine.
in 3 games.
First down machine. Every time he is the blanket that he's like a tight end for a quarterback. He is every time. Justin was looking for him every time. I had my eye on this game throughout red zone, and it's cool, man. It's cool to see Justin Herbert finally. He got fans out there that have been banging the table for him. We'll see how it. We'll see.
This is like an underrated, like super smart acquisition also because, last year I felt like the Chargers were kind of boxing a little bit above their weight class.
Yeah.
There is no universe. And I'll say this even as a Bulldogs fan, my man, former Bulldog, Ladd McConkey, I love him. Love this man so much. He is not supposed to be your number one wide receiver.
No, hell no.
He is not a number one wide receiver. He's just not. And they could have very easily just said, you know what? We're just going to keep pretending like he's our number one wide receiver like we did last year. And they decided not to do that. And now they're spreading the ball around to, Quentin Johnson, who's having a, put some respect on my name, comeback kind of season.
Yes.
You got Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey, and now they finally got this rookie running back, Amari and Hampton cooking.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you throw in the defense. The Chargers defense is fucking balling out.
Yeah, man.
And then, of course, it helps when you play Bo Nix, who sucks. We all know that.
Hey, your take is coming on strong. And then they play the Giants, Commanders, Dolphins, and Colts. That's their next 4 games.
Those are all winnable games.
Yes. They'll probably get beat by the Dolphins, but other than that, I mean, it's wins. All right. Speaking of great teams, the Saints, man, doing what they do. Saints played the Seahawks. Seahawks got the. I mean, I don't think we need to say much about this game. This was the blowout we expected. Halfway through, I kind of check our flip 'em pick 'em spreadsheet, and in the second window, this was the only game at halftime that I had put already. Whoever picked this game, I had already picked it. I had already picked that the Seahawks won. Yeah. You picked it. I picked Seahawks won. Schif was right already. Halftime because they beat the snot out of them.
I had a terrible week for flip 'em pick 'em. I missed all of the upsets that happened. None of them went my way.
Yeah, it's bad.
I think the only early window game that I picked right was I didn't pick any. Wait, I did not pick a single game right in the early window.
Nah.
The only one I got credit for was the Panthers, but you picked the Falcons.
I picked that game, yeah. I should not have picked your Falcons. No, I'm just kidding.
This is difficult to really assess. I mean, the Seahawks are starting the year looking pretty good, but it's like, what can you really say about a football team when they play a team like the Saints? The Saints are a declining industry. The factory is closed. The town has lost all hope. I'm even hearing there's a chance they might trade Alvin Kamara.
He was all they had.
When you think about it, I mean, there's some team the Cardinals just lost James Conner for the
Texans.
Season. The Texans need a running back.
Oh, that was a nasty injury. I had to walk out the living room.
The Chiefs can't run the ball. Chiefs can't run the ball for shit. There are a lot of teams.
Yeah.
That if hearing this rumor that Alvin Kamara may be up for grabs, I think the phone is going to be ringing.
Man, that's a good one, the Chiefs. We mentioned Flip 'em Pick 'em. I want to give a shout out to Pigskin Pick 'em. We got a new leader. Pierre is leading now, and his name is All the McVay. All the McVay. He's 38-10, and then second place is David T. Weaver. Really funny comedian friend of mine, and then third place, tied with David is Michael, who was in the league, but he had a rough week this week. So
38-10. What's my record?
I'm 33-15.
I'm 34-14.
So you're right behind me. We both suck. No, there's a lot of people with that same record.
Speaking of suck, let's move on to the Cowboys.
Man, how? I was like, as this game was playing, I can't wait for your expose on our guy Caleb Williams. But he threw I mean, the guy was 10 yards open, but he threw a bomb. He showed off his arm talent, but I don't know. I can't wait to see what you got to say about him.
My takeaway from this is like, this felt like the first real game of the Chicago Bears Ben Johnson era.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is the first game where it really felt like Ben Johnson was in his bag.
Yeah.
Right? It should also be stated that the Cowboys do appear to have one of the worst defenses in the league this year.
What? Why would that happen? They used to have such a good pass rush. Interesting.
I mean, like all of their games, I mean, how many, that stat,
the average? I could look it up real quick.
The average of like how many points they've given up per game has to be they have to be the worst in the league at this point. Also kind of a bad look for the Cowboys defensive coordinator, the disgrace.
Yikes. You want the number?
Yeah, what is it?
30.67, so 31 points a game, man. God. Yeah.
So there you go.
Twice as much.
And
Twice as much.
And the thing that people have to remember is that the Cowboys defensive coordinator is the disgraced former head coach of the Bears last year, Matt Eberflus, getting absolutely cooked by his old team. That is not a good look.
Wow. Yeah, he should have come in there. Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that. And he's familiar with Ben Johnson, too. Come on, bro.
Of course. Yeah. You played him in the division. You know all the players on the other side of the field. Like,
wow. No excuse.
That flea flicker deep shot to Rome Odunze was dope as shit, but it has to be said, my man, former Bulldog DeAndre Swift, was trying to get that boy killed. That was the worst flip pass back. I mean, he threw it like 10 feet up into the air. When that thing went up into the air, I literally put my hands over my eyes. I was like, oh my God, no, I don't want to see it. And then I looked and I was like, oh shit, he got it off.
The fuck is that?
I thought Caleb Williams was dead for sure. But my take, which you referred to, still marinating based on the fact that this is a terrible defense. Great game. I don't want to take anything away from them. They went out there. They won the football game. That being said, it looks like everybody's going to be able to put up 31 points on the Cowboys this year. So we'll see.
Next game, there's a certain person who went 27 for 41, better than sounds like a better percentage, another better percentage than Trevor Lawrence, T. Law and Associates. 284 yards and a tutty, one interception as well. We have to give it up to.
Oh my God!
I gotta let the oh my God go. Mac Jones, man, I was so glad he leads them to a game-winning field goal.
Yeah,
he's turning into is he West Coast Baker Mayfield? Is that what we can say about this man? Kyle Shanahan probably has the hardest hard on ever, man. Totally. being able to get credit basically for taking this, you know what I mean?
His thing was hard.
Yeah, he starts the season 3-0, and 2 of those games are with Mac Jones.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
This Ricky Pearsall situation is turning out to be as advertised.
Yeah.
He's had a great start to the year. Their run game hasn't really done much, but they do get McCaffrey involved in the passing game. Yeah. Meanwhile, you kind of have to ask some questions of the Cardinals, more specifically, like, to me, we always talk about coaching hot seat. If I could talk about a quarterback hot seat, for me, Kyler Murray would be on it. Like, the Cardinals really have to be asking themselves, like, are we going to do this?
Yeah.
Are we going to keep doing this?
Yeah.
Are we really going to do this? Like, this guy does not – he doesn't really he has some of the same problems that we talk about with Justin Fields.
Yeah. Eyes come down.
And it really, and I hate to say it, but he's fucking short, bro. Like he really cannot see the field as well as, I mean, when you sit there, and I did manage to get to see these Monday night highlights, and you look at a guy like Jared Goff, who's like, 6'4", 6'5", just standing in the pocket, just lobbing balls into a bucket. And meanwhile, Kyler Murray's like, wait, what's that? What's that? I can't see. Oh, let me run over here. And then it just doesn't look good.
These underdeveloped Negroes.
Nice, a little eugenics drop.
But I'll be out here like,
what you doing out here with all this ass?
What is he doing? Sometimes I'm befuddled, but then he'll like get to the outside, he'll outrun the defender, and then they love it so much. And then when it comes down to it, at some point you got to be in the pocket and pass the ball. And I mean, at least that's the way it's designed. They could, remember Cleveland had Baker Mayfield. He's a little bit shorter quarterback. Remember they rolled him out? They would roll him out. That was when he had his most success early in his career. Now he seems to, have command of the whole thing. But maybe that's what Kyler Murray needs to have his rollout, cut the field in half era. I don't know.
Honestly, just take a look at two quarterbacks. Both went to the same school. Kyler Murray, Baker Mayfield. Gun to your head. Which guy do you want for the game-winning drive? Gotta have it. Game's on the line.
We know.
You know what I mean?
But what quarterbacks you put him above for a game-winning drive?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, not only would I take Baker Mayfield over Kyler Murray, I can probably think of 10 other quarterbacks I would take before I even got to Kyler Murray.
Yeah, that's not a good sign for him.
And I think he is still living off of how you always talk about Jadeveon Clowney living off of that one hit? That fucking Hail Mary deep shot. With DeAndre Hopkins that happened a couple of years back, or that crazy play where Kyler Murray had to run like 60 yards to gain 3 yards to score. All that stuff. It's like all sizzle, no steak.
No steak,
when it comes to a game like this, where the defenses are balling out and the score is low, this is the last fucking guy you want under center, in my opinion. I think he's done. Sadly, speaking of done, it appears, I know you think I'm going to the next game, but Nick Bosa.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Done for the year.
Yeah, that sucks.
ACL injury, I think.
Yeah.
Also done for the year, it appears, would be the New York Giants. We can just do a double transition on that one.
Yeah, man.
Chiefs get their first win of the season, as we thought they would. And the Giants continued their slide into 0-3. Neighbors was just absolutely invisible in this game through 4 quarters, and then he got hurt, some kind of an elbow thing. I'm not sure exactly.
Rainbow rust or rainbow pick.
Well, that was the one thing you could see. The Chiefs obviously watched the Giants tape. Because you saw that offensive explosion against the Cowboys last week. They took away that rainbow rust deep ball, and once you do that, Giants ain't shit. The only thing good you can say about the Giants, or the only thing, promising you can say about the Giants is to talk a little bit about this dude, Cam Scatterbo, who I had said coming into the draft, like, don't get it twisted. This guy's not going to get picked high, but he has a very good chance to make an impact in the NFL. This guy played for Arizona State, I think, and he just did everything. Absolutely everything. I mean, the only thing he didn't, there was one game in the college football playoffs touches where the only thing he didn't do was kick a field goal. Like he caught a touchdown pass. He ran a touchdown pass. He threw a touchdown pass. Like the guy's an absolute animal. He's a real old school throwback kind of player. He's out there wearing the number 44, like a Kyle Juszczyk kind of looking dude. And he'll do anything to win. He's more animal than human. He's a monster.
Nice. Final game. I don't know if you saw it. I watched it every snap because I got up early and just went through. And man, Lamar Jackson is so fucking good, man. But he's no match for Dan Campbell. God damn it, that dude's the best coach in the NFL, man.
I love it.
I love Dan Campbell. this was a great game. I don't leave here worried about either team. I leave here encouraged by both teams. I'm slightly worried about Derrick Henry. He's fumbled in every game this season. That's a weird stat that you might want to look at, but yeah, it was. Yeah, I was a little worried about that. But
well, the Lions defense. I mean, they sacked Lamar 7 times?
Oh, damn! I didn't realize that.
They sacked him 7 times.
Shit.
They obviously caused.
Goff didn't get sacks. Goff was sitting back there like they did make him move off the spot, but Goff was kind of chilling in the pocket.
Yeah, and it wasn't just that Derrick Henry fumbled. He fumbled at like the worst possible time in the game that allowed for that final touchdown to stretch the lead out. And Goff just operated, as you said, calm, cool, and collected in the pocket. Because he knows that he's got 2 running backs that can fucking run through a motherfucker's face.
And they did. Goddamn. They literally, they did that.
Over and 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 over. And
even at the end when it was over and over, another one. It felt like DJ Khaled, another one. It was it gets the game sealing touchdown at the end too. It's just like damn. And then the Ravens did look good. I mean, they put up 30, but the Lions put up 38. Man, a great game.
And I love how this team, the Lions, they appear ready for whatever the game is going to give them. You know what I mean? It's like we're sitting here through the first 2 weeks thinking, I remember hearing stories at the beginning of the year that it's like, okay, you know what? It's Jahmyr Gibbs' backfield now, and Montgomery's just going to be more of a complimentary back this year. Yeah. And it sort of felt like that through the first 2 weeks. But then my guy fucking gets 12 carries for 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. And you're like, okay, that's pretty complimentary if you ask me.
It's like that 07 Giants team that had Ward and big-ass Brandon Jacobs. And I forget, they called them Earth, Wind, and Fire. They had 3 running backs that would just like hit you in different. The NFL was a little different back then, with more running back heavy.
Legendary nickname for a running back trio. Legendary.
And maybe I lived in Jersey at the time, so maybe I got more of the media. You know what I'm saying? Where they love that shit. But I remember that this reminds me of that, man, where they are committed to the run. They ran the ball 34 times. They threw the ball 28 times. I mean, there's a team out there that's not really missing Ben Johnson.
Totally. Also, another thing that's a little concerning about the Ravens, despite putting up 30 points, this is the second game in a row where Derrick Henry has been held to a pretty modest
50 yards. Yeah.
Last week was even worse. And like you said, he's fumbled the ball quite a bit so far. So I don't know. I mean, obviously the Ravens are not happy about being 1-2.
Yeah.
Somebody had to lose this game. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think the Lions had it in them.
Nor did I. But they did only put up 13 points in week 1. But then they put up 52 on Eberflus. No, that's not Eberflus. I'm sorry. He was I'm mixing them up. But on the Bears. They're averaging 34 points a game now. After that, and putting up 38 and then 52 is they might.
A little concerning that they gave up 30 points even though they got 7 sacks.
Yeah,
that feels a little odd.
But yeah, that's why the Ravens shouldn't feel too bad. We can run through these. We probably have all the same shit, but we got the my real MVP of the week. Unless you have more to say. Did you have more to say?
No, I'm ready.
Real MVP, you mentioned this, man. We've been stepping on each other all episode, but I remember when there was talk of a certain player being the best running back in the NFL. He was a fantasy darling. Injuries held him up a bit. And I've been kind of rooting for him because we kind of have the same first name. Or same name. The first name is different, but, same name. I go by Jonathan, and this guy's Jonathan. Jonathan Taylor. Balling out of his mind this season, and there was no difference in week 3. 17 points. 17 rushes, 102 yards, 6 yards a carry, man. So I got to say, this week, man, Jonathan Taylor.
You the real MVP.
Honorable mention, Isaiah Rodgers from the Vikings. 2 tutties on defense for him. 1 fumble recovery and 1 pick six. So honorable mention, but Jonathan Taylor, man, just MVP.
Yeah, that dude balled the fuck out.
Yeah.
Okay, keep your finger on the grapefruit button because you know I'm going to talk about my man, former Bulldog Jordan Davis, baby. I mean, forget about the man just doing his goddamn job all night long, just stuffing the run. This man has the game-clinching field goal block followed by a 61-yard scoop and score by a 6'6", 336-pound work of art. Okay? After the game, Davis was quoted as saying, I don't know what miles per hour I hit, but I'm pretty sure it was something crazy.
Uh-huh.
I looked this up.
Okay.
18.59. This man hit 18 and a half miles per hour, the fastest by any player over 330 pounds. Jalen Carter, also a former Bulldog, blocked the other field goal, which set up the 17-play, 91-yard go-ahead drive. I mean, these guys in the fucking clutch. Yeah. To see that man, I had such a crazy reaction to this game because, like I said, I wanted the Rams to win.
Yeah,
I got dogs on either side, and I even enjoyed the moment where Jordan Davis sacked Matthew Stafford. I was like, oh, I like this dog on dog violence. I like this. This is fun. I was feeling good, but I was so happy for the Rams to win this game. And when they lined up to kick that field goal, I was like, let's go. But then when they showed him leaping over the top to block that kick, something just took, like, I just couldn't stop. I was like, you could see my erection from outer space, bro. I was like freaking out. I was like so hyped for him. I was like, that's fucking Jordan Davis running down the field. I could not believe it. Was hard. I was so excited for my man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Who's your trash?
Okay. The Bengals versus the Vikings was sold to us as the battle of the backups. But in my book, you don't get to call it a battle when one team doesn't even show up for the fucking fight.
Oh.
That's why my week 3 trash is the entire Cincinnati Bengals football team organization. I mean, every time they cut to this game during red zone, it was a fucking turnover.
Yeah. Oh, that was
Browning threw 2 picks. One of them was a pick 6. They had 5 fumbles, one of which was scooped up and scored.
Yeah.
Chase Brown, who's supposed to be, that dude this year, 10 carries for 3 yards. 3 fucking yards.
Oh, no.
I mean, I know the Bengals won their first 2 games of the year, but this team does not look like they will win another game for the rest of the year at all. So that's why for week 3, the Bengals, the whole fucking team, they're trash.
You are trash!
All right, man. Plug your ears, Schif.
Do it.
Come on, Falcons. It all looked like trash, so I'm going to have to say that it's on the coach. Team was not ready to play, put up a goose egg on a team that's considered a bottom-tier football team. And I know it's a divisional game, so anybody can get got, but damn, that goes both ways. You might not blow them out, but you shouldn't get blown the fuck out by the Panthers. Raheem, I got to say this, man. I was ready to say this.
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
I don't know. I don't know what else to say besides.
You are trash.
And go get him next. Go get him next.
Can
week.
I ask a question?
What's up?
I just read this morning that one of the consequences of this game, the offensive coordinator for the Falcons, Zach Robinson, I think is his name.
Yeah, Zach Robinson. Yeah,
will now be moving down from the booth onto the sidelines.
I've seen this happen before. Some coaches, yeah.
How am I supposed to feel about that?
I don't know how to feel about it. I remember the Dolphins did it. They had somebody that'd rather be down on the field. It didn't change much. But sometimes they say they just get a better feel for it if they're down there with the players, you know what I mean, more engaged. It might be that like pick 6, like that was so bad, so late and lobbed up, you know what I mean? Maybe
And he was throwing it to his left, which he's left-handed. So it's like, what are you doing? It's like,
so
it's not like you're throwing across your body.
It might be where they felt like they needed, like, for communication purposes or something, that it's better if he's down there. I don't know. It depends on it's the coach's feel. I don't know. I wouldn't feel one way or another about it.
I have mixed feelings about it because I agree with you. I get that it can sort of affect that you get a better feel for the game, but at the same time, it's like, can't you see the game better from up there? Like,
yeah, it has to be a player connection type of thing. But or the coach just feels like you need to get down here with us. You need to be down here and have a better feel for, like, when to call what. Or it could be the coach feeling like he needs to make some type of change. That's the scariest. If he's doing it just to do something different, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm worried about that too.
Yeah. My shit got learned. I learned 2 things in this Monday night game. First of all, I learned that there's no delay. There's no, like, delay. You know how they have, like, a 5-second delay in live stuff? There's not. I don't think there's one. There's not one in this ESPN coverage. Either that or Disney is so scared to get accused of stifling free speech that they let a certain controversial statement slide when Amon-Ra St. Brown scored a touchdown, spin the ball as he does when he scores, spin, spike, whatever, and then he said, "I'll run this shit, nigga," live on TV. And I love it. I love this type of energy from any player. I think we need more realness on TV.
Is there any way we can get that as a drop?
I definitely can get that as a drop. I'll work on that as we're done. Yes. But personally, I think we need more realness on television. And I want to thank Jimmy Kimmel. For this. I feel like he's responsible for us hearing that.
I did not know this.
You see, he scores a touchdown. I gotta find. It'll be easy to grab. I'll grab that.
So great.
The second thing I learned is that Dan Campbell knows on third down if he's likely to go for it. Whenever he goes for it on fourth down, people feel like he's just like, oh, I'm just going. But he knows, and he's told his quarterback. He tells Goff in advance. So then Goff knows as he's trying to execute third down that, be smart because we want to set up a good fourth down so that my coach can call it. And I feel like that's just another notch under Dan Campbell, man. People, he's got this reputation or this false narrative out there about him as this grunt. But this dude is a fucking extension of his mentor, Sean Payton, when we thought he was an extension of, like, I don't know, some defensive monster. But he's Sean Payton, man. He's the next generation of Sean Payton, and I think he's one of the best in the league.
This is such a great point that you're making that I think every coach in the league needs to learn this.
Yeah.
And I also think I would even go so far as to saying I think this is the philosophy that everybody outside of football should have in life.
Yeah.
Which is Dan Campbell is essentially saying, figure out who you are.
Yeah.
Be that person and don't fucking apologize for it.
Yeah.
Just be you.
Yeah. Like, he's the guy who cries in press conferences.
Sure.
Breaks down in the locker room, curses in a media availability. Like, he's a real fucking dude, and he's himself at all times. And he used to be the interim coach of my Miami Dolphins. And it fucking sucks, man.
I remember that press conference where they won a game the Sunday after a school shooting in Detroit. And he came into the press conference and he just refused to talk about the game. All he wanted to do was talk about how bad they wanted to win for those kids and all that stuff. And I was just like, this fucking guy.
He gets it, man. He's ahead of the league. And that's the thing. He's ahead of the league, but he looks old school. And we've trained our brains to see this thing that we see in him and think it's old school. And he's just miles ahead. He's a fucking genius.
He's the perfect hybrid of what the NFL used to be.
Yep.
And
where it's going.
And where it's headed, for sure.
What's your shit got learned?
My shit got learned is that the Eagles are the new Chiefs. We hinted at this before. we all remember how we used to marvel at how the Chiefs were able to win games that felt like they weren't supposed to win. Well, that's now officially the Eagles.
Yeah.
They win their first 2 games of the season without throwing a single touchdown pass. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith were seemingly irrelevant.
Yeah.
Same was true for the first half of week 3 versus the Rams. But somehow, some way, the Eagles came back and just went nuclear in the second half. And even though it looked like they were still going to lose, they pull one out of their ass thanks to back-to-back field goal blocks. The final one blocked, scooped, and scored, as I mentioned before, by back-to-back national champion, former Bulldog Jordan Davis. This kind of shit is not supposed to happen.
Nah.
The way we once thought of the Chiefs, the Eagles are now that team. And no matter what you think, you just can't bet against them at any moment. Like I feel about them that, like, I don't care who they play. You can't bet against them.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna put some Speck. I'm gonna put some Speck on this one player, man. That's impossible to find on the board. This guy is
Marcus Mariota.
Yes, man. He did it with his arms. He did it with his legs. Stat line wasn't insane, 15 to 21, 201 yards, touchdown. But he's backup, and he did what he had to do. And you said that as well. He did what he had to do as a backup. The goal is to go 1-0 every week, and Marcus Mariota did that. So he's just telling everybody,
put some respect on my name.
And you forgot to mention, he wanted to win this game so bad that he even gave his head coach a bloody fucking nose. Did you see that?
Allie asked me, why is he bleeding?
He gets pushed out of bounds running for a first down, and he laid Dan Quinn the fuck out. I mean, out.
He was telling Dan Quinn put some Speck on his name.
And you could tell he felt bad because Dan Quinn gets up and he's got like a little blood on his goatee. And my favorite non-football clip of the week was Marcus Mariota with a towel trying to wipe the blood off of Dan Quinn's goatee. I was like, what is happening?
They were, instead of holding up, asking how many fingers, they said, who's your coach? And he said, who's your quarterback? Who's your quarterback?
You know what? He was also my Speck, but I'm going to pivot to what was going to be my honorable mention and say Mark fucking Andrews.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews has caught so much shit since dropping the ball last year in the playoffs. And everybody was talking shit about him through the first 2 games and not doing anything. This man not only caught 6 catches for 91 yards, he had 2 touchdowns. And the first one was like a diving catch. Like, this motherfucker's...
How about that throw? I called my son in to watch that. I was like, this is quarterbacking. Wow. Yeah, great catch, too.
So I just felt like when I saw that, I was like, you know what? We got to... Don't get it twisted. This guy can still fucking ball.
Yeah.
Put some respect on my name.
I saw a clip. Somebody was it's one of these like Instagram comic type guys or does sketches or whatever, and I think it was it might have been a different sport, but regardless, he was like watching the game, and then the guy messed up, and he was like, "You fucking suck," right? And he's on the couch, fat and out of shape, with a bowl of chips on his chest. You fucking suck, and that's so real, man. That's how it looks. That's how we look. Scariest AFC team. I'm gonna go with the Colts. Who you got?
Dare I say, Chargers?
Oh, you're right. I take it back. I'm gonna change our color, man. I always change our colors based on who we think is the scariest team, and I agree, man. And NFC, I'm going with the Lions. Who you got? You got to say Eagles?
I mean, to me, it's a toss-up between the Eagles and the Lions, but I give the Eagles the edge because I think they have a better defense.
Yeah, they have still the best roster in football besides the Ravens. Yeah, man. Jeez, I think we did it, bro. We did it. We did another fun episode. I gotta go now. My next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find the clip of Amon-Ra St. Brown, so I can put it into the soundboard, man. Thank y'all for checking us out. We'll be back with some predictions from week 4, so stay tuned for that, man. This has been another fun one. You heard the horn. You know what time it is. I'm Jonathan Rollins.
I'm Schif Mizara
with SveNFL. Peace.
Later, y'all.